We have some crazy news coming out of New Jersey and Pennsylvania where some really important races are or were, depending on when you're watching this video. Not only are the voting machines completely down in New Jersey, but there are actually incorrect ballots that just took off certain candidates in Pennsylvania. I want to talk about the machines in New Jersey first because this is huge news. This is according to the JFeed News. They came out and said the issue surfaced around midday in this rural South Jersey county where polls opened at 6 a.m. and are set to close at 8 p.m. Officials say the problems are being addressed with paper ballots as backups, but some voters have reportedly left without casting their votes amid long lines. Here is the mayor in Cumberland County where this is happening. He's not happy about this, and justifiably so. He's talking about people being turned away. Take a look.
The voting machines that were not operational until 7:10 this morning. I have 4 to 5 residents that were turned away, not given a provisional or write-in ballot. They told them that they would not be able to come back. They had to go to work today, and they didn't have an answer resolved for them to cast their vote. And I can honestly tell you that I'm appalled, not just as the mayor of Down Township, not just as somebody that served in the service, and it's not allowing somebody to exercise their constitutional right to vote.
And that's exactly right. When you give someone the expectation that they can vote quickly and then they get turned away because either they don't have the other method ready, it just looks like they're taking their rights away. I mean, they've had certain expectations with voting and they've changed them. And here's the problem with all of this. Last year, Cumberland County, if you look, they came in only at about Donald Trump plus 0.3, so barely a Republican county. So far with the exit polls that we have, Republicans are plus 13. So we have seen essentially a 13-point swing in that county as of now. So people see this, and then they see the machines go down, and they say it's election interference. And kind of justifiably so. Like, it could be, we don't know. But what I do know is that if you just do paper ballots in person with voter IDs, all the speculation goes away. I mean, if you really care about fixing the problem, if you really don't like the people who talk about election interference, just do those things. If you really want a clean election and you don't want to be accused of doing anything, just do the paper ballots. You do not need the machines because machines can be hacked. And again, even if it's not election interference, machines just break. We know this. Out of thousands of machines, the Dominion voting machines, there are thousands of them going down, being used this week during the elections. And you are bound to have a few broken ones. That's how machines work, which to me is unacceptable. If you know that there's a method of voting, when something is a right, if you know that the thing that's going to facilitate that right might have a failure rate of 1 in 1,000, that's unacceptable. You have to protect people's rights. And so just do paper so no one gets turned away, which is what happened in New Jersey. And again, maybe it was 10 people, and maybe you look at the voting results and the margin of victory is much more than 10 people. It probably will be. It probably won't have a material outcome in New Jersey. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But it doesn't matter, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Whether it does or not, either way, it's unacceptable. You don't get to lose your voting rights because a machine took it from you. Now, on to Pennsylvania, which gets even crazier in my opinion. This is according to the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. They say earlier Tuesday, Chester County Voter Services reported that all precincts received poll books that omitted the names of registered third-party voters. So essentially, there were people who literally are not on the poll books. They're not getting their ballot like they should be. They're not being accounted for like they should be. They continue. They say, based on the state's voter registration, and this is huge, the numbers are massive. Chester County, they say, has more than 56,000 voters registered with no party affiliation and more than 18,000 registered with a party other than Republican or Democrat. That means up to nearly 75,000 voters out of more than 385,000 people across the county could have been impacted Tuesday until polling locations received supplemental lists. That is huge. And again, I don't know if it was a mistake or not. We won't know, but you kind of have to assume to a certain degree that it was foul play, was something so big. And the reality is this, we do have an election integrity problem in this country. Some people say we don't, but we do. And luckily, the solutions are actually quite simple. It's really not that hard. All you need is universal paper ballots and voter ID. That's it. That's all you have to do. But people don't want to do it, and that's what makes us suspicious of them. And by the way, in addition to that, That's on the voter side. But on the administrative side, we need good people to volunteer and be a part of the ballot counting and the administration process. That is why, fundamentally, I support making Election Day a federal holiday every single year. It's not for the voters. A lot of people have talked about it will increase turnout, but I don't actually think voting should be so easy. I actually think there should be a degree of a bit of a barrier between just voting. I don't think it's something you should just like be able to pull out on your phone and just do. I think people should actually have to think about it. I think there should be a barrier that forces people who actually care to go do it, and the people who don't care shouldn't vote. That's what I believe. However, I think that there should be a less big barrier to people wanting to go volunteer and just having normal citizens be a part of that administrative process. Because again, if we've got thousands of patriots volunteering because they can get work off around the nation, the people who are committing voter fraud just can't do it without us seeing. The progressive left is a cult, guys. I talk all about it in my book, A New Cult. Why haven't you checked it out yet? I know I talk about it a lot on the show. It makes for a perfect Christmas gift. Go check it out right now. The link is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching today's video, everybody. Please like the video so other great patriots like yourselves will see it. And you can tune in every single weekday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show, or you can watch another video right here.